Printverts, back with another filament review. We have, I'm assuming it's Priline, P-R-I-L-I-N-E, Priline or Priline, 3D printer filament. It's a 3D Drucker, D-R-U-C-K-E-R filament. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what this says either. What do you say here? Instructions. We recommend to store the filament in a sealed plastic bag or box after using. Okay. Make sure to insert the free end of the filament into a hole to avoid the filaments being tangled together. Made in China. Keep dry, keep away from heat, fire prevention. This side just says 3D printer filament with their website, www.preline3d.com. Also on facebook.com/Preline. We got on this side. Priline PLA 1.75, 3DP, 3M, 1 kilogram spool, yellow, new. Materials, PLA, TPU, PETG, PC, PEI, carbon fiber PLA, carbon fiber PC, carbon fiber nylon, and PEEK. Interesting. But this is PLA, let's see what we got inside. Nothing in the box. Looks sealed well. Doesn't look like there's anything in there. There's our anti-humidity bag. What does it have? We say here. PLA 1.75, yellow, temperature 205 to 220 C, base plate 30 to 50. And of course I'll be printing off calibration cubes, calibration kitties, and some benchies, one of each out of this as well. Once again, I will use the exact same G code, so this is actually going to be run at 215 with a 55 heat bed. We'll see if we have a problem with it. That's generally what I do most my PLA at, and it seems to work fine across every brand. So let's open this guy up. It's not a resealable bag. And, oh, didn't even need scissors. Interesting. Felt a little too easy to open. Interesting. That's a spicy smell. This and that other, the Kuban filament. That one had a different smell than most of the PLA that I've got. This one's I don't know if because it's yellow and it looks like noodles. And it smells like noodles. I don't know. It's gotta be just me. So let's take a piece off here. The spooling is a little questionable. Outer layer, or I guess 2 to 3 really, not that even. That's kind of concerning. This piece right here is just kind of twisted around a bunch. Let's actually get it to there. You don't see that? See how it's all wavy right here in the center? Never seen that on a filament. This is near the end. That's kind of concerning. Wow. It does not feel very even. It really does not. Straight, I'm actually going to get the calipers. Well, I'll do this. We'll go over to the Amazon. I'm trying out some new software on my phone. First thing is, I'm just gonna... Well, let's try the brake testing. See what happens. So I picked it up, $18.99, Amazon. I only have 19 left, so that's not a good sign. It's the first time I've had a clear spool. It's really thick too. Really heavy. I think half the weight. It's this clear spool. Very strange. Alright, well it didn't snap. A couple places. So that's been fine. Actually, don't want to use my scissors on that. I lost the end. There we go. Saved it, hopefully. A little concerned. This is strange. Alright, now that's safe. Wow, you can, I don't know if, well, I really don't know. Because usually your spools are black. But you can really tell it's wound all over the place. Just left and right. That side does not look much better. Here they're more aligned, but there's a couple that cross big gaps between some of the layers, or some of the wraps. Actually, it has a meter on here: 200, 400, 600, 800 grams. Bubble free, clog free. You can't read this at all. This is clear on clear text. So it's ridiculously hard. Sticker would have made more sense. Tangle free, net weight 1 kilogram, consistent diameter plus or minus 0.05 millimeter. God, it's so hard to read. Contact us, support at Priline3D.com or Facebook.com/Priline. Weird. Feels very wavy. Zero these out. These are just some cheap Harbor Freight calipers, probably not that good. 1.6. It's feeling pretty even coming through here. I guess these calipers don't do points smaller, but I just went to 1.7 right at the end. Here, 1.6. 1.6. Yeah, the way it's scraping through the calipers feels pretty even. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh. That is kind of concerning, and you know, that's kind of concerning. You expect a clear spool to be much cooler than that. It's scary. So we will, we'll be back in a few. We'll go ahead and get these prints started. We'll come back and we'll see how they compare to our Cuban, and I believe that was Cuban as well. I'm not sure. Can't remember. I have to look up that one. And our Hatchbox. So far, this is, you know, pretty much the standard to compare everything to. We will see. So, let me put y'all all on hold, and we'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So, first test prints went pretty well. It did not get bound up on me. I'm still concerned going further down into this spool what's going to happen. I've just never gotten a spool that's been this all over the place in the whitening. So once again, this was the Priline or Priline, who knows how you say it, PLA, 1.75 millimeters, yellow, 205, 220, 220C, base plate 30 to 50C. I printed this, same thing, same G code as these guys. 215 with the 55. Get this out of the way. Let's go over to the close-up cam. There we go. Hopefully this is a little better. I did have to print a couple, well, as you can see, the benchy twice and the cube twice. And the first cube had some adhesion issues. Get that in the camera. Which camera am I? There we go. Probably can't really tell. One corner really didn't stick. Not the cleanest, but the rest of it came out pretty good. Although some weird issues just on this leading X side, so I'm not too sure. So I went ahead and printed a second one. And that one came out better. Actually, the bottom's absolutely perfect. No elephant footing. I am having the same issue right here on this 1X corner and back here on this corner. That tells me it's a cooling issue because I have a little bit on these cubes as well. Not as bad on the X side. X side on both of these. I have to get a close-up cam. You can tell that one's really sharp with the is this the Overture or the Hatchbox? I can't remember. I believe it was an Overture. But it was probably Hatchbox. And then this be the Cuban. Just barely have a little bit of rounding on that edge from cooling. This side's definitely more prevalent. So I don't know. Maybe I need to drop the temperature on this down just a few degrees, get it down to 205. And yeah, on this one, it's solid all the way around. This guy, same thing. Both those corners have a little bit of a cooling issue. This guy, same thing, but it's way worse. And what's pretty odd is it starts out fine, then gets worse, and then resolves itself right at the top. Took a little further than this one as well. So, oh well. So we had to do those. Cubes out of the way. All right. Well, I printed a single calibration kitty. Ah, kitty. And looks not as good. Once again, compared to the Hatchbox. Underside of the tail is much better, even though there's still cooling issues. Over here, it's way worse. Even compared to the Cuban. Worse than the Cuban. Same thing with the cooling issue on the edges, but definitely more pronounced. Once again, this guy's nearly flawless. So, come here, kitty. Y'all can see that. Just the underside of the tails look horrible. See if I can get it up in there. Underside with this tail looks horrible. Still, that's the whole point of the calibration kitty. Not perfect on the tail, but way better. So, I don't know. But the rest of that features on the face look perfect. Feet came out fine. The side, once again, comparable to this stuff. The back, face down. A little more cooling issues around the corners. So obviously this filament's going to take some tweaking. Now we have the killer calibration kitties. Ah, kitty, kitty, my papa. Alright, those are without losing them. And then last, of course, is the Vinci. Printed two of these as well. So first it was the two cubes, then the calibration cat, then over to the Vinci's. Same adhesion issue. Again, on the Vinci's, which was kind of odd. All on the same printer, all same G code. Printer does a Z level alignment because it's running independent steppers for left and right, and does a 18 point. I believe it's an 18 point. It's 5x5 or 25. Duh, 25. 5x5 grid on here. So and it double measures. Each one does the fast probe and then the slow probe. So nothing has changed there. So I'm not too sure why I'm not having adhesion issues. But this one you can see. Let's see if I baby. This guy just on the back side of the bench. Nowhere is as clean. Unacceptable in my book. This one's perfect lines. First layer is absolutely perfect. Might be a hair low. I can't really read the text on the bottom of the benchy, but that's also that textured plate. Still getting used to that PEI. On this side, same thing. Of course, these are oriented. Let's see. If here's the front of the printer for you, these guys are oriented like that. Make sure that's right. Front of the printer. Yep. So they're printing this way. So X and Y. Z obviously, but yeah. So this is your down right corner. So the build plate's here. So let's go back to the first one. Once again, this backside cooling issue, especially into this corner, but everything along the side is absolutely nearly perfect. Little bit on the overhang, there's a little bit of roughness. No real stringing around the porthole. That one looks good. This side looks great until you get to the back corner. Little bit of stringing, and of course I can tell cooling issues in the arch of the benchy. Same thing with the porthole, but besides that, everything else looks absolutely perfect. Get rid of that. I want to go to the second one. It came out pretty much the same. Bottom layer, even this back looks really good. Way better than the first one. This looks good, all except for this one small corner right there. I can see the same stringing and cooling issues underneath the porthole and the doors, the archways, but I know that's actually an issue with the printer. I want to have to design a new cooling fan part for it. But besides that, it looks great. And if we compare it to, say, this stuff, almost exactly the same. Almost exactly. Decent. Looks like I got a little more deformation in the top of the little, I guess, the hatch. There's supposed to be a hatch so you can get into the fish. Besides that, yeah. Looks pretty good. Feels good. Feel exactly the same. So yeah, acceptable. I think I need to do some more fine tuning on all of these guys. Then, yeah. I did hear someone on Astro Printer stream. It was Jerry at 3DHP. Forgive me if I get that wrong. He actually recommended their ABS. So somebody else who has used this brand filament. I looked on their website, and even though they list a ton of different type of filaments, they don't really have them. The only thing they really had was PLA. I think there was TPU, ABS, some PETG, but a bunch of the exotics were not there. The PEEK, I didn't see any of that. Maybe wrong. It's probably different by the time you go check. But besides that, yeah. So, not bad. As long as it doesn't get all tangled up on me, I think this is going to be fine. It is not quite as yellow as I was expecting. It definitely looks more yellow printed to me than it does on the spool. That's probably just a light issue. So, yeah. I'm not disappointed. I am not disappointed. It definitely looks like it's doable. Of course, this is PLA. We'll have to get some PETG and some ABS. We'll try those out, see what they're like, so we can do a review across all the majors. And yeah. So if you like this and this helps you out, give it a thumbs up, a like, comment, share, you know, all that stuff. If not, we'll see you next time with another review, or probably the next one actually is we're going to be doing some more work on this X3, cleaning up a little bit more of the wiring, making a few more changes that I came across, just so I can fit some more things on there. And yeah, I think we're good. All right, clean all these benchies off. All right, so y'all have a good one.